We have to export our food and bring in our PMS. Now, the problem now is that the same money that you floated now challenge you to spend more money to import. As it is now today, federal government is the only importer of refined petroleum products. So that simply means that they also carry this dollar to go. As at the time they assume of this dollar was about 450 or thereabout, but as at now it's 1,400. So there's no way you will not use the same money to go and import fuel, and that's really what brings about the first subsidy reinstatement, because you cannot dodge it, and it is clear that it is being subsidized, because with the level of naira to dollar now, no private company can go and import fuel. It is only government that can do that. And they said so far this year they have expended over 5.4 trillion. So Atiku is having a valid argument against the reinstatement of fuel subsidy.
We're having an issue of the lack of transparency because the federal government, the presidency, hasn't come out to acknowledge that they are still paying subsidy. They have been in and about that story. They are avoiding it. So if we are establishing that there is no way we'll be floating in terms of PMS in this country without a subsidy, the federal government should just come out and be clean to its people that we have reconsidered because of the, factors available. We are actually subsidizing, but maybe at a lower cost. Remember that at the beginning, the first 3 months of this administration, we had them telling us, oh, we have saved ₦1 billion each month that we did not subsidize. Now we had asked the question, the 3 billion that was saved in the first 3 months that we had those conversations flying, what did they use the money to do?
I think in addition to that too, Dr. Lee, you agree with me that also when this fuel subsidy was removed, and that was also when dollar was increasing, and I remember then stating that as fuel subsidy is removed and the dollar is increasing, there's going to be fluctuation in the price of fuel. But you agree with me that the price of fuel has been stagnant to a certain level and dollar has been increasing for a certain moment. So if we are not paying for fuel subsidy, why can't we see the different changes in the PMS price at the retail market?
Right, you cannot see because they actually came to pushing the effect. Because if they allow us to buy at the normal market, we would have buy more, because an importer would have had his own price to it. So government is trying to make sure that we still buy at between the range of what we are buying, to 600 to maybe 750 that we are buying. The only solution we need now is to have a refinery working, to have Dangote refinery working, and they promise that by this end of June it will start functioning. But government cannot run from this subsidy payment because they are the only importer, and the challenges of dollar is the problem. And it also reflects on our debt. You recall that our debt has also increased as we remove the as we activated floating of naira, and that's why I said it is a counterproductive approach to remove fuel subsidy and also float the naira. We would have just removed the fuel subsidy and manage the windows of those naira dollar so that we can have a better economy. But now everything has been floated; it becomes so difficult. You can see the value of the naira now is about 1,500. It's not only for the citizen; it's also for government. Government also pay in dollars. So, and that's the problem. So there is no way it would, because the aim of making sure our refinery come on board, Dangote come on board, is to reduce and kill the cost of transportation, to bring it from outside to Nigeria, and also kill the value of the dollar therein. So I think we cannot run from question. The only thing is that let government come up open. You will also recall that who are we expect to come up and explain to us? President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the Minister of Petroleum. So he's the one that will be asking to be accounting to account for us how they are actually managing the fuel subsidy payment.
Okay, so Doctor, just before we get to the front page of the Nation newspaper, you've raised a valid concern that all of us in Nigeria had when President Ahmed Bola Tinubu decided to retain for himself that office. Now, do you see the possibility of, say, the National Assembly or even the President
especially as it's talked so much about accountability, transparency, and inclusivity in governance, coming out to give clarity to Nigerians in these regards?
They do not have choice, because if you do not give account to the Nigerians, they don't have the account. You recall it, Governor Rufai, the past governor of Kaduna State, they actually made mention of that subsidy as is going on. And now Atiku has come to corroborate it. But it's clear to a basic economy that reflects that there's payment of fuel subsidy. Because if fuel subsidy is not, if they are not paying that, we will be buying fuel at 1,200, 1,000 naira. So, but because of that, it has reduced to where it is.